OBA.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, what are those things that you think we should expect to see in this book?
Yeah, in this book, like the title is A Diary of My Life. So there are a lot of true life experiences. Now, it wasn't easy for me to share those, but I knew I had to share them so that other people can learn also from them. So in this book, you'll be seeing things that happened to me while growing up as a child in my parents' house, the experiences I had, and even as an adult, being married to my husband, the experiences I had in my marriage with my children, as I relate with my children, with neighbors, with friends, with in-laws, with my family. You know, all those experiences brought me to this point. Like, oh, these things that are going on in my life. So the reason why I said that I came out to share is because I know that a lot of women don't feel comfortable sharing some of these things that you might see in the book. You might think, oh, why is she talking about, or this is a little bit too personal. But I decided to do it because I know that what I'm talking about, some women have experienced it, either growing up as a child or as an adult. So now, hear me talk about them is going to encourage them to talk about theirs or go over whatever it is that is holding them down. Because when you have experienced negative experiences in the past, it has an effect in your life, either in the present or in the future, in one way or the other. And as it's having an effect in your life, it's affecting everyone around you, your children, because your attitude is shaped by your experiences in life. So there is no way those experiences will not shape the way you think, the way you do things. So in this book, you are going to be seeing true life experiences of the things I went through and how I was able to overcome them and how I got to this point. So this book is not just for women alone, because it will also help our men that will read it. It will help the men understand the life of the women better. Because I always say every film, movie you see that's looking so good, there are behind the scene events. So those behind the scene events is what I talked about. So the men will be able to understand, why is this woman acting this way? Okay, I think I have an understanding. The youths will be able to understand, oh, okay, so if I don't do this way, or if I continue this way, I might have these results. So this book is for everyone. I want everyone to be able to see themselves. This book I wrote is not just me. It's for every woman to see yourself in the book as you read it, to see your life reflecting in front of you, and to understand that I can do something at any point. I can do something. It's not too late for me. I can do something. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now,
Yes.
You see, you're getting to the nitty-gritty of this now, because one of these I realized when you were talking, you keep saying, I was in this space for 10 years, then we read about you 20 years. I'm beginning to wonder, excuse me, how old are you? Because it looks like I'm talking to somebody that is like 24, 25. And you're talking about...
I'm 47 years old, OBA. I'm 47.
Wow, this is amazing. 47.
Yes.
You are blessed. You look very pretty. I must
Thank
say
you
that,
so much.
This haircut looks good on you.
Thank you.
Looks good on you. Now, how long did it take you to write this book?
Oh my God. It took me 8 years. I started this book in 2015. My daughter just turned 8 years. And she's 16 today. She turned 16 July 26th. It took me 8 years to come out with this. It took me 8 years. I tried to publish some years back, like 3 years ago. I didn't have the courage. That's one thing I really want to address. There are times you want to do certain things and fear holds you. Fear tells you you can't do it. You know, the video clips we were watching before this interview or before this program, a lady was talking about, I did it afraid. That's exactly what I did. What is happening? Don't let fear stop you. Everybody feels fear. Whatever you want to do, there's always this fear. Don't let it stop you. Do it afraid. You know, I wanted to do it like 3 years ago. I had this, and I let the fear stop me. I spoke to one of my pastors. She's in the US now, Pastor Mrs. Thomas. And one of the words she said is fear not. And that kept ringing. Fear not, fear not. But as at then, I still didn't have the courage. I was still struggling until last year. Last year, the Holy Spirit started flogging me. I couldn't rest. And this is what I want to say. Whenever something keeps coming to you continuously, whenever you become restless, uncomfortable, as a child of God, understand, be sensitive. God is speaking to you about something. I just felt, oh, yeah, it took me 8 years, but I think that was not the time. This is the right time. Because at last year, the Holy Spirit didn't let me rest. As in, I couldn't rest. It was on my case about this book. You have this book. Why are you not bringing it up? And I was like, okay, I think it's time. And I needed the push. And thank God, OBA, I met you. I met you and I met the unique women. And it was like, oh my God, this is the right place to be. And another thing I'd like to talk about is if you have a desire, something you want to do, look for people with like minds. Mixing up with authors, mixing up with editors, mixing up with the unique women, mixing up with some women in Daughters of Light who also write. Sister Elizabeth, oh, she helped me so much. My pastor, Pastor Faith, she encouraged me. She's also an author. Mixing up with the right people helps to push you. So if you have a dream and you don't mingle with the right people, it might be difficult for you to, come out with it or do anything. So the right, there's a saying, show me your friends and I will show you who you are. It's true. Show me the people you mix up with and I will tell you what you will be. I'll tell you what your future will be. I'll tell you what you will come out with. So mixing up with the right people really helped me. After 8 years, I mixed up. God put me in the midst of the right people that encouraged me to come out with this.